Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video, we're going to be breaking down the patch notes for update 14.1, which is on test server right now for PC, and it comes to live servers October 6th or 7th, depending on your time zone, for PC, and then on the 14th for console. So this patch is going to bring a number of things with the new carry feature, the new Erangel night mode update, Halloween decor, and a few other changes that we'll discuss today. All right, so first up, starting with the Taego updates, is the map has been updated a little bit, as you can see in this image here. I'm not going to go over all the specifics because, quite frankly, it can be a little confusing just looking at the image. But just know this, they've added some additional cover in some key areas where they had a lot of team fights. So they've added natural cover with like hills, dips, valleys. They've added tree cover, extra walls, fences, that sort of thing to the Taego map. And they've also added an error space on the map. So when you open up your map, you might see this this little image here. And basically, it's like two highlighted circles. And inside of these highlighted circles are going to be the opportunity to have weapons that don't normally spawn on Taego spawn in these areas. So for an example, like the G36 or the DP28, something like that. Is that cool? Yeah. Is it necessary? I don't know. My opinion on the whole weapons things is we should not have map exclusive weapons to begin with, but that's neither here nor there, I guess. They've added the breakable pots to Taego, which if you remember from the map Paramo, they have breakable blue boxes. Well, this is just Taego's version. It's breakable pots, and they're going to have a number of things, mainly heal items, self AED, boost, first aids, bandages, and grenades, but no actual weapons or ammo. They've highlighted the comeback BR's UI just to let people know when they die that there is a comeback BR available and what the estimated time is for them to come back. So hopefully you get less teammates just insta-quitting, if they get killed early on Taego. They did a couple vehicle balances to the Pony Coupe and the Porter loot truck. Basically, they reduced the top speed for normal and boost speed. So that's all. And for those that don't remember, the Porter truck is the four-seater that you can actually store loot in, and you can do that from a driver or passenger seat or outside the truck. It's actually really cheeky, but it is a bit top-heavy, so it tends to flip over, so be careful about that. Erangel has received a number of updates in this patch. First is the church. So this is the before and after image of the church. Now they have a completely new design with no rooftop access, big fence around the whole thing, and multiple entrances and exits. So you have a front door entrance here and a side door on the other side here, and I'll show you some gameplay of it in a minute. But underground, there is actually a little secret like hidden room / bunker that has some extra loot. It's not a heck of a lot of loot down there, but there is a possibility for level 3 gear to spawn, and there's a good bit of loot that spawns inside a church now, so it's actually a decent place to land. Now, in addition to the church, the actual area of Pubg has seen a number of changes. They've added extra cover out in the farm area, like fences, hay bales, boxes, that sort of stuff, so you're not just kind of caught out in the open out there. They've added more of those water, like sewage trenches around the edges of Pubg to give you better opportunities to push up on your enemies and hold different angles. And they changed a couple of the buildings, but most of the compounds are exactly the same as what you remember before. Now, for Halloween specifically, Erangel has a optional night mode that you might get. So you might get it day mode with no Halloween updates, or you might get night mode Erangel with the Halloween updates. And basically, they just took a couple of key points like school, hospital, and Spawn Island, and they added some Halloween themed things to it just to kind of make it festive. And honestly, it looks really, really cool, really well done. But it doesn't really change your gameplay too much because most of the fights aren't done, kind of the ground level out in the courtyards, but it still kind of gives it a cool vibe. And night mode in general, I'm a big fan of. Now, the newest feature coming to PUBG is the carry feature. Now, this one, thank God, is not going to be a Taego exclusive. So you can actually do this feature on any map in PUBG, and it works pretty simply. If your teammate is downed or you down an enemy, you can double tap your action key to pick them up and carry them around on your back. The downside is that you can only walk at a slow pace. You can't run, you can't crouch, you can't ADS. All you can do is hip fire or slightly better aim. You can't drive vehicles. You can't get into a vehicle. You can't put the person in a vehicle. None of that kind of stuff. And they can still get shot, but they do bleed out slower on your back. So that's a good way to keep them alive a little bit longer. But they can still take all the same damage. They can't do anything while they're back there. They just hang like a body bag. But still a cool feature nonetheless. And hopefully we're going to see some pretty cheeky moments with people utilizing that feature against friends and foes. All right, now here's some big changes for the map rotations. Finally, this should help the unhealthy queue situation that we've been experiencing for quite some time. So now in normal matches, you're going to be able to get Erangel, Miramar, Sanhok, Taego, and Paramo. So they've taken out Karakin and taken out Vikendi, potentially for some more updates. In ranked, they've also taken out Vikendi and Sanhok and have replaced it with Taego and a controversial Paramo in the ranked playlist. If you do play Taego on ranked, it's max 64 players, no red zones, basically super settings. So you should be familiar with that if you're used to playing ranked. And of course, it wouldn't be a PUBG update without some new skins. They've added the Trick or Treat M416 progressive skin. I have to be honest and say that this looks absolutely fantastic. And I'm just a little bit triggered that it's, a 0.9% probability to get the weapon out of the crate. And you still have to spend a ton of money to get polymers and schematics to upgrade it. I've made a whole video on how the whole hideout situation works. So if you're interested in learning more, link to the top of your screen for that. I don't know about you guys, but I've been having a ton of performance issues. They claim that they have frame drops and hitching reduced. That waits to be determined. So let's hope that's the case, but I don't know how hopeful I am on that one. They have this new DirectX 12 version available in your graphics menu. Now, as you guys know, I put out a complete Ultimate PUBG settings guide to give you the best graphic quality and best FPS for your settings. This is going to be an enhancement to that, but I haven't done the testing on it yet. I will when this thing comes to live servers. I'll do some comparison, and I'll hopefully be able to tell you whether or not it's worth it to do so. And then, of course, when the update goes live, I'll show you guys all the skins in game. There should be some pretty cool stuff if you're into like hoodies and seasonal like festive gear and winter gear. So looks like some pretty cool stuff from what they've teased so far. And this is a tease image of the new Fantasy Royale 2.0 that's coming. That's coming out October 20th. So looking forward to getting my hands on the Fantasy Royale. That was one of my favorite game modes of PUBG. So that should be a good time. It'll be just a limited like weekend or 1 week only mode. A bunch of bug fixes. I'm not going to go over all that. Nothing game changing. If you want to read it, then there's some items and skin fixes for clipping and that kind of stuff. All right, but that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed the quick roundup of the patch notes. Again, this comes out October 6th for PC, October 14th for console. Battle Royale or Fantasy Royale 2.0 comes out October 20th. And that's all I got, guys. So if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with a buddy, and get subscribed if you haven't already for the channel. We really appreciate the help and the support. And I will see you guys in the next video. Take care. Peace.